Thank you for downloading the Wado Radio Podcast. If you love what you're hearing, leave a review on iTunes. We'd love to hear your feedback, and it helps expose others to the show. Thank you, and God bless.
This podcast is brought to you by Covenant Eyes. The internet can be a dangerous place for unguarded eyes and hearts. Covenant Eyes provides the services that protect against the evils and temptations that can be found on the World Wide Web. Visit wadoradio.com/resources for more information about our affiliate, Covenant Eyes.
Everybody lends an ear. I want to thank you in advance for letting us make it clear to y'all.
Of course, man, DJ Wado with my brother Deraj.
Hey, what's up?
We are backstage at the Sessions tour.
It's the first time, man.
I know, man. I didn't know you were so tall, bro.
Everybody says that. Everybody says that.
Okay, so I know. So everybody probably asked you this too. Did you play ball, or do you play ball?
I did play ball
You
in
did?
school. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
You nice?
Yeah, I still got it, man. I don't play as often as I used to, but it's one of them things like riding a bike. You get back on the court, it's always there. At least for me.
I feel
At least for
but
me.
that's when you know you're nice, though. That's when you know you're nice,
Yeah, man.
So what's going on with you, brother?
I'm excited to be here. You know, we Sessions tour.
Yeah.
Cannon, Aaron Cole, myself. It's been good, man. This is my first official tour, believe it or not.
Really? Okay.
First official tour. I had some come across the plate, but nothing panned out. This is the first one that actually panned out. And did my first international show, too, out in Toronto. So it's a lot of firsts, a lot of history here.
That's big, bro. That's big. But here's what's interesting. I'm always believe God's timing is perfect, bro.
Yeah.
And I feel like this season for you have so much good music, like, out right now. You know what I mean? And it just seems like you have a nice little music wave going. This is, I mean, to me, I'm not saying the other times wouldn't have been good, but I'm just saying.
This feels like the proper introduction, I feel like, for me.
Yeah.
Because with this EP we just dropped, and I'm sure we'll probably talk about a little bit more, it was important to me to give a good, like, this is who Deraj is.
Yeah.
I feel like people are seeing to it, and they're responding to it in a way that's been encouraging.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think I felt like before, so let me put it to you like this. I'll keep it honest with you. I felt like, okay, this guy makes good music, but I don't know him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
exactly.
they sent me Hold You Down first. That was the first song I got from the project.
Yeah, that was the lead single.
Yeah. And when I got that, I was just like, okay, this is like
Starting to come together.
This is something here, man. This is something here.
Encouraging.
Let's start with that song though. What sparked that, bro? Because that's not your typical, like.
It's not, man. And shout out to Genre. He's featured on the track.
Yeah.
Miami-based artist. We actually did the song. We recorded it out, or produced it out in Miami. Butter P, she came in on the tail end of the record, and she was like, man, you need something with a little Miami bounce, a little Caribbean, something that just got some energy. And she thought it would be cool to do something kind of relational in light of my wife, because I'm, newly married, 2 years, going strong, love it. Highly recommend marriage to anybody, anybody considering. So, it's just with the theme of the project, Goodish, we wanted to do something that still, fit within it. And so, if you're married, you just understand like the tug of war where, you have your high highs and your low lows sometimes, and it's good to know that whatever you go through, you have somebody there that's going to hold you down no matter what. It's different and exclusive than any other type of relationship. And I just wanted to be an anthem for the married folk in the building. So
It's funny to me, like, just as a DJ and you see music, like when people have drastic things happen in their life, like you have kids, you get married, or you experience an accident like Cannon did, something like that, and it's like the music that comes out of that is often
changes
like but a lot of times some of your best music.
Yeah, facts. And I could say that for me, if it wasn't for my wife, I mean, she's been my biggest cheerleader. Yeah. Like, definitely my day one. And so, and also too, I mean, marriage just consumes every part of your life in a good way, you know what I mean? And so it can't not bleed through everything else you do, you know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Absolutely,
you know
bro.
what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
Right?
Massive part, bro.
Yeah.
Massive part. So you hit me to this yesterday that Hold You Down is now your biggest stream single, right?
It is, yeah.
So I had to go back and look because I was like, yo, squad was.
That was
The squad was.
That was the anthem. It went. It went. Yeah. It was really encouraging to see. Because for me, you know, on YouTube and stuff, we seen Squad just do numbers.
Yeah.
On Spotify, we seen it do numbers, and within the first, but you know, it was unique with Hold You Down because in the first couple of weeks.
That's what I'm saying. This is not like this is over a year.
This is really really fast growth that we seen with it. I remember they were shooting me emails like, yo, Hold You Down is now your fastest growing single, and within the week it was probably like 60K, something like that, and it's still growing now, man. So thank you for everybody who's been checking it out and supporting it. Like, appreciate you for spinning it, bro.
Oh, bro.
Like,
listen,
it means the world.
Listen, man. So one of the things that I do with a lot of my music is like I make my own edits. Like I may add an intro, or I may do a mashup, or I may have a version that I use in my mixes where it ends with an acapella out. Like like, bro, as soon as I got that, I started making edits. I was like, this is
that's what's up.
Yeah, bro. This is something. Did you know this was like something special when you made it, or?
We did, cause when Butter P came in, she heard the record, she was blown away by it. But
Butter got an ear though, bro.
Yeah, she's the GOAT.
Yeah,
Butter P is amazing. I love her. She heard the record in its entirety and she was like, man, this is phenomenal. I still feel like it needs that single.
Yeah.
And so we just went on a hunt and got our producers in there, and we cooked it up. So it was meant to be what it is.
Yeah.
So it definitely, for me, it just kind of went above my expectations that I thought it would do. So.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, bro. Why did you make the decision now to kind of be a little bit more personable on this record?
Mm-hmm.
Because, and I say that because it's like you didn't have good music before, and it wasn't like it was connecting.
Right.
Like, so a lot of times the tendency is just like, okay, this is working. Let me just kind of stick with this a bit. And it's like you switch it up a little bit.
Yeah. For me, I realized that people didn't get a chance, and I felt it, like people weren't seeing all of me, because I don't think I was I didn't have the opportunity yet to showcase all of who I was, and I'll tell you why. So when I came, into the scene as a newly signed RMG artist, it definitely wasn't expected. Nobody really knew who I was, even though I've been doing stuff for a while. Nobody really knew.
Oh, I want to talk about that too.
Yeah.
But
and so we dropped Mirrors and Medicine, which was a collective of songs I'd already had before I came to the label. So we put it out as an EP, and so that was I feel like it was a young Deraj, I guess, in a sense. Even though I've been doing it for a while, it was good, but I knew I still had more in me. And the experiences that I've gone through since have kind of groomed me a bit more. And so after Mirrors and Medicine, you probably heard me on a select few singles or features with other artists. Then after that, I did a joint project with B. Cooper, shout out to Coop, in 2015. So people had always either seen a young Deraj or Deraj connected to somebody else. They never really got a chance to see me in its entirety. It's hard to really showcase that when you're running, alongside somebody else. So I said, for this project, man, I have to show people me. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because I felt the burdens, like, yo, I'm not in my world yet. I'm not in my zone yet. You know what I mean? So that's why with Goodish, like I literally locked myself in with me and my producer. Like nobody heard a lot of stuff that we were working on before.
Not even Doc and Derek?
Nope.
Wow.
Nope. Nobody heard it. And I tell you, it was on the trip to Nashville. We were probably, we had done a bunch of drafts and stuff, and we had a good, solid collective of songs. And I remember I shared it because we were going to get in the studio with Derek. I shared it to Derek, and he was like, bro, you hit your pocket. Wow. He was really impressed by it. And I knew then I was
that says a lot, though.
Yeah. That's
Derek, there's another one that got that ear, bro.
Yeah, he's a critic, too, man. Yeah. So for him to co-sign it as much as he did was super encouraging to know. And we kind of knew we were on the right track, but it gets that extra stamp. Yeah, because for me, I had to be like, I have to resonate. It has to resonate with me, because if not, then they're not really getting who I am as an artist in its fullness. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's good, bro. That's really good. So, I didn't even know this, bro. And you brought up Rap Fest the other day.
Yeah.
Like, yo, like I was at Rap Fest in 2008. I was like, whoa, like, okay. This is the thing, bro. and I see this at times where I see artists that have kind of been around, they didn't necessarily cut through, and then something happens like years later in your case. Like I saw with Mike Real. Like Mike Real has a project from like 2007. You know what I mean? Uncle Reese, same thing. Like he was on like Brenson's first album. Yeah. And then Until I Pass Out happens, and a whole nother thing, man. Like, and so this isn't just a music thing, because a lot of times God puts something in you, but it may not come to fruition the way you anticipate it right away, man. Like, you know, just talk about that early journey, man, and like what kind of kept you sticking with it.
So I've been rapping forever. It feels like. It was a story of little brother wanting to be like big brother. And for those who don't know, this is back in.
So you have a big brother that does music too?
He used to. He doesn't do it as much now. But I used to live in Prince George's County, Maryland.
PG County.
PG County, 202, 301, all of that. And so that's where I started. Little ones, what's up,
my little dude's popping in the room.
I see him. Yeah, so grew up in PG County, Maryland. My brother had he was a part of a big rap group back in the day, and so I just wanted to be like that. He got me introduced to it. Fast forward a little bit.
What was the group?
It was called E Nation.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure it may, bro.
It was big local.
Yes.
It was a ton of them. It was like the Wu-Tang Clan out there, bro. It was deep. So.
What year was this, if you don't mind me asking?
So I was 9.
Because you know I went to Howard.
Really? That's in Bowie, right? Yeah.
No, DC. It's in DC.
DC is in.
It's in DC.
Yeah.
Bowie State's in Bowie.
Bowie State's in Bowie. It is, yeah. I think my stepdad went to Howard. Anyway, it was. I was 9 when I first. So it was late 90s. Sometime. Late 90s, early 2000s.
I wasn't into Christian rap back then, but
it wasn't Christian.
Okay, I got you. Okay,
definitely wasn't
I got you. So you wanted to do music because your big brother?
Because of big bro. Yeah, he put me on. Gave me all of the artists I should be listening to. He kind of gave me the taste buds for who I listen to kind of now to a degree. But fast forward from there, parents divorced, and my mom went to VA. And when I was around 16, I decided to move with my mom to VA. And when I got to Virginia, that's where I met God.
Just like Tidewater area, just like Virginia Beach.
Richmond.
Okay.
Yeah,
not quite that far down. Got you.
Yeah. So moved to Richmond with my mom. She started taking us to church, got saved, and I think that's where my gifting really started to get cultivated a little bit more, music-wise, because I wear multiple hats, but we'll talk about the music for right now. They were doing open mics, gave me a chance to just get out there and do my thing, have fun with it. But I just saw it really connected with people. Like it was more than just me going out there just rapping. You know what I mean? I felt it was.
There was
really
a connection.
doing something in the hearts of the people that were out there. And from there, just kept doing it for a couple years. I linked up with a collective that we call Influential Music, and this was around the Rap Fest time.
Okay.
So it was about 6, 7 of us. Some did spoken word, some did R&B, hip-hop, of course. And wherever we got a chance to to perform and minister, we were there. We did men's homes, prison ministry, youth groups, churches, wherever, and it was truly just, man, we've been changed by the gospel, and we want other people to be changed and affected how we've been affected, and know the God that we love so much, bro. So that's kind of some of the origins of doing Christian stuff. And then fast forwarding to late 2007, I moved down to Orlando. That's where I am now. And I moved specifically for school. I went to Full Sail University, got my bachelor's in digital arts and design. So all the artwork you see came from these hands.
Hey, bro, listen.
It cut me off whenever.
And a lot of the RMG artwork, though.
Yeah, so that's how I got connected with RMG. Yeah. They were looking for a graphic designer, and I was doing a lot of freelance stuff. Somebody tweeted a tweet that Derek had put out, and I shot on my portfolio. They loved the work, and I just became art director. And shortly after, they found out that I was already doing music in the area, getting a little buzz in Orlando. So, and Butter P was one of the first ones who shouted me out. I was like, nobody knew me like from anywhere. I felt like outside of the city, but somebody told me like she had a blog and was like, "Yo, Butter P shouted your stuff out." It was like MySpace days. But yeah, jumping here, I feel like I'm talking a lot.
No, you tell your story, man. You keep going, bro.
Yeah, it's been a minute, man. Like, And I'll tell you too, I never had any ambitions to be where I am.
Yeah.
Like to be signed as an artist. I always loved the arts, be it music, be it design. Like I started with photography. Like I used to draw back in the day and all that kind of stuff. So I just love using my gifts, my talents, however I could. You know what I mean? And it just so happened it got noticed. Along my journey, I always feel like doors were open for me. I never had to try to maneuver myself into a situation. It was literally like, hey man, we want to sign you kind of deal. Like I wasn't in it for that initially. So
one thing I can say, bro, I noticed about you right away, just from being around you, you're thankful for every moment.
Yeah.
Like I've been around a lot of artists in this time period. Some artists take things for granted. Some artists are thankful for every moment. Yeah. Some artists are kind of indifferent. I can tell, and part of it made sense for me yesterday when you told me about the Rap Fest thing. I was like, okay, this guy's been doing this a while, so he knows how special it is to be on this tour. A lot of times when things happen really quickly for an artist, they don't really understand what's happening for them.
Yeah,
like to be a part of something like this.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely have to be thankful, man, because I know myself, I know my inconsistencies. And just the fact that God continues to show up in my life the way that he does, you know what I mean? From being signed to the label, to having a wife that I have, to, the placements that I've had, from being able to travel state to state at no expense to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's a blessing. Like, there's a lot of people who desire to be in these kind of positions. And God has just, saw it fit for whatever reason for me to be here. And it's cool too, man, the way God works, because everybody's plan, the plan that God has for everybody's life is unique to that person. And I always felt like music and design and art, all of that was for the end of me knowing God more. You know what I mean? Like he started to use that for me to understand him a little bit more. For whatever reason, you know what I mean? For somebody else, they may be in the school system. You know what I mean? For somebody else, they may be, an attorney or whatever it is. You know what I mean? It's like that's the course that God saw fit for them to know his heart for them a little bit more. And also for people, I feel like the giftings that I have are help, for me to minister and show people who God is. The side of God I get a chance to see through my gifts. So, yeah, I got to be thankful, bro.
Yeah. I mean, it's infectious, bro. Mm-hmm. I could even tell when you're on stage, like it comes out just naturally, bro.
Yeah.
Just naturally, man. So, man, talk to me about the music scene a bit in Orlando, man. I'm friends with Tim Wolf, so I know all about
shout out to Hot, man.
Hot 95.9. I know they show a lot of love to even a lot of local artists down there, man. But just talk about the space down there. I know Nehemiah kind of started doing Kingdom Promotions down in that space. Like that was like the epicenter, and now he's like
he everywhere, bro.
He's everywhere with events.
But that spoken word.
Yeah, oh, bro.
Right?
Yo, but bro, he had the Men tour too. Tim the Man and David Man. Yeah, bro.
Orlando is special, and it's funny. I remember when I did the Mirrors of Medicine show down there. I did a graphic that just highlighted all of the artists that came out of Florida, not even Orlando specifically. Yeah. And it was just, I was like, I had to think about it. I was like, and I didn't get all of them. You know what I mean? That was the thing about it, because we had, we got KJ down there.
Yep.
We got, Raymond Soul, Butter P, Kanada's out there.
Yep.
Social Club.
Yep.
KB, myself, Benja, Surf Gang,
Uncle Reese, Big Phil. You got that whole Jacksonville crew, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we, Benja. Did I say Benja?
Yep.
Benja's out there. Yeah,
that's the OG
Roy
right
Tosh,
there.
Shout out to Roy Tosh.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very thick with Christian artists out there, and it's a special place, man. I don't know another scene that's kind of like that. Maybe, and you can probably educate me on that. Like where else around the globe, around the states, where it's that many?
Well, yeah, I think if you're talking a state, I think Texas definitely.
That would have been my
Texas
next
would
guess.
be one, and Texas because Christian rap has been thick there for almost 30 years.
Yeah,
like
they
going back to the 80s
hard.
with Danny D Boy and all that. Like
that's beyond me, but I believe you.
Yeah.
That's beyond me, bro.
SFC, like I mean, that's before me. That's before my time too. But they've had churches that have been doing Christian rap for 25 years. You know what I mean? In Texas, yeah, bro. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Texas definitely.
Shout out to Texas, and the Session Store will be there in a couple weeks too.
Yeah, Texas. I would say Cali. Cali, you got a lot of artists in Cali.
Please bring me to California. I don't know why. Like, I feel like at heart, like my music is.
I think especially your new stuff too.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, it would go.
I have yet to
it
do
would
a
go
show
out
in
there.
California.
It would go out
So
there.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Throw it out there.
That's like bucket list. That in the UK. Those are my 2 bucket lists.
Throw it out there, bro. Throw it out there.
Cali got artists. Shout out to Ruslan. That's the homie.
New York has a lot of artists. Like, this the thing. New York doesn't have a lot of artists that are national yet, but there's a ton of local talent in New York City. Guys that tour around the city, the 5 boroughs. That So. You know, you got some spaces, but I think Florida is definitely unique with all those different national artists. And that sound and
that's probably
bro. Yeah,
the side of it is like the ones who have gotten a lot of national exposure. It is very.
And I'm sure there's some local guys down there that like I'm not even privy to. That's dope. You know what I mean? So I think that's good, bro. I think that's good, man.
Happy to be here, man.
Hey, man, it's good to be kicking it with you, bro. Man, I appreciate that, bro. I definitely appreciate that. Some of your musical influences, like over the years. I know you say your brother kind of got you into it, but just speak to like where do you draw inspiration from, man?
Yeah, it kind of came in phases. Like when I first started out, it was the Jay-Z's, the Nas's, Outkast was big, Eminem. Shoot, who else was out there? There's a ton of other artists. I'm drawing a blank right now. But it's funny, when I moved from Maryland to Virginia, I feel like I got more diverse as an artist. I got introduced to, it's just culturally, because in PG, it was very.
You want to go?
Yeah, man.
Come on, I know Go-Go, bro. BYB.
I just saw them.
Junkyard too, bro.
I just saw them out at South by. They were out there last year. Wale came out.
Backyard was?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, man. They had the whole band. It was funny.
Bro, I didn't know they was still going. Hey, I got a crazy Big G story to tell you. I can't tell it on camera, but a crazy Big G story.
And it's funny because it's like not a lot of people really appreciate like the Go. And it's funny because like I don't even know Go-Go as deep as some people know it, but I just when I was coming up and I was young, it played all over the radio. Any house party you went to, any cookout you had, Go-Go was there, and it's something special to just if you came out of the area, it just always sticks with you.
But back though, this the thing, back really had like they had the streets.
Yeah.
And I'll say this. Big G is a real one. People always talk about real ones. Big G was about that life. You know what I mean? I say that. But they they always had this. I mean, did you used to go to the Black Hole?
No, man. See, I wish
you can't go up in there, bro.
I wish
that joint was so raw.
I wish I had a bit more time to spend in DC because I was, it was PG. Like I was in the Largo, kind of Upper Marlboro area. So I was like, I got the ripple effect of DC. You know what I mean?
I got
but
you.
It's whenever it come on.
And you kind of in the middle, so you probably had a little Baltimore club too. A little bit of club music too.
I don't know if I was really into it.
You wasn't into it like that?
Yeah. But we was around there, be more. So yeah, DC, Go-Go, that was influential. But when I moved to VA, it was, because Maryland was really, the area I was at was very heavily African-American cultural influence. Like, I remember Million Man March coming through. My dad had the jackets.
Oh, yeah.
Familiar Face, all that kind of stuff. So it was I guess a culture shock in a good way when I moved to Virginia, because my school had like mixture of Hispanic, white, black. So I got into, and when I got saved, I got into a lot of contemporary Christian, a lot of rock. I was listening to Skillet and Flyleaf and Breaking Benjamin. There was a lot of other bands that weren't necessarily hip hop that I started to draw some.
Sure.
And worship too. Worship was real big for me. Like Hillsongs, like all day. We was on that all day. But as far as hip hop, Truth was real big for me, and when I got into the CHH scene, the Truth, Cross Movement, of course, KJ, Tunnel Rats, Flame, Lecrae, all them guys were super influential. And nowadays it's a mixture, because I think when Lecrae kind of made the transition that he did a little bit, I think he broadened up even just what the Christian could listen to, like,
bruh.
So it's no longer just, we only consume Christian hip hop. Everybody consumes the whole market of music in a sense. And because I went through the era where I threw away all my secular stuff,
so many people
I missed
got that story, bro.
I missed the whole era of music, dog. Like, I missed the whole era.
Yeah.
So, but when I started, listening to it again, and nowadays even like the Childish Gambinos, the Big Sean's, the Kanye was probably even still to this day like one of the biggest influences for me. Because most people probably don't know I produce, or I used to produce. I don't do it as much now, but during that era when Kanye
you was doing soul beats,
I was
doing
sampling them high pitched samples, bro. Just Blaze,
speed them up a little bit,
they was super influential, but Kanye specifically because even though at the core of me I can't rock with everything that Kanye does, obviously. But creatively, there's always something.
The art, man.
There's always something that's like, I get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, I get it. And I feel he's always championed those who just self-identify as creatives. And I respected that. So anybody that's just had, their own fingerprint on music, I rock with. Like the Kid Cudis and the Pharrells. Like, it's just different. You just know, like, there's nobody who sounds like them,
Yeah.
So that's some of the inspiration, bro.
It's funny, man. It's funny you named all those people because that's how I feel about your music.
Okay.
It's super. It's
that's
unique,
encouraging.
bro. It's unique.
That's encouraging.
It's unique. Like you got a sound.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think this EP too.
I feel like this EP solidified it. You know what I mean?
It stamped it.
Yeah.
It stamped it, man. So that's good, man. So what's next for you, man? I know obviously you guys are finishing out the Sessions tour, man. But what you got cooking, man? It seemed like I'm gonna just tell you from the outside. It seemed like, man, Doc just got y'all in the studio, like, record this music.
It's funny when I dropped Goodish, Derek hit me up. He's like, man, you got something special in your hands, but don't stop.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm taking to heart.
That's great advice, bro.
Capitalizing on the momentum, and I think even still, I'm excavating a little bit more to see what's there, because I've always felt like there's a well inside of me, dog, that I just haven't tapped into yet. So I'm trying to continue to just cultivate this sound and just be myself, because I feel like I'm at a unique place where I can just continue to be me and cats just rock with me. And I hope to be the type of artist like when I'm dropping, there's an anticipation to, it's like when Kanye drops. Whenever Kanye drops, people just kind of drop everything.
Sure.
It's just like, all right, what is this dude about to do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's never the same, kind of vibe, but it's always him. And so I hope to kind of set the norm, like, I am the artist that I am, and people who really rock with me appreciate when I might take creative risk or whatever it may be. So that's the hope, man. Right now I'm just trying to do more music and cultivate this sound and really curate my base.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because that's just, we've been talking about this whole weekend. Like, it's hard to cut through.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's so many options. And also, too, just even within CHH, it's like our listeners are not so exclusive to just the genre.
Yeah.
So now by default, we're just in, I guess, competition, quote unquote, with everything that's on Spotify.
Hey, bro, listen, I even feel it for what I do.
Yeah.
Like, it's like I feel like I gotta compete with the Breakfast Club, with Sway, with, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the flip side is a lot of the artists want to do interviews with them too. So it's like, I shouldn't even say a lot of them. Everybody does. Yeah. So it's. That's part of
about that. That's real.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's a good thing, though.
It is.
I think it's a good thing, bro.
I feel like, too, it's very eye-opening, I think, humbling for Christian artists, because we're very special because we get to perform in front of built-in bases.
Yes. Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, we haven't had to go through the process of really curating your own fan base. Yeah. And so, the regular market is kind of like that. So I think for us, I think it'll help strengthen just the quality music, because it's been growing. There's a lot of quality music out there. I think it'll take that to another level, as well as just business, practices. Hopefully we'll get taken to the next level. And just being intentional with your career as an artist. Because if you're really looking to do it, then it shouldn't matter what the temperature of the climate of the music looks like. If you're in it as a full-time, I'm trying to do this to put food on my table, then you just kind of have to have that in you already. You have to have the mindset, like, music's gonna change, period. Everything changes, and music's not what's the word I'm looking for?
It's not different.
Yeah,
It's
it's the same. So I hope to see that with the genre, and I think that's happening.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Oh yeah. I think it's definitely happening. I think it's evolving, man, and I think the people that are able to adapt in this new climate, particularly with what streaming brings,
Right.
I think even with what churches are looking for, and all of that stuff, what promoters are looking for, like everything is changing, bro.
Yeah, and that was even the point of the Sessions tour. We want to just get in front of people and hear directly, like, what are you guys going through? Like, where are you at?
Yeah.
With everything, so.
That's good, man. Brother, I appreciate you, man.
You too, man.
I do, man. This was good, bro. I've been admiring your work from afar, and I know we hadn't had a chance to connect, but I really appreciate you, and it was dope seeing you live, and I can't wait to see you touch that stage in a few, brother.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Wado, thank you for everything you've been doing just for the culture, bro. Like, you're one of the ones who just have a sincere, genuine, like, not just for the music, but just as a person. Like, I felt who you were through just watching you, bro. So thank you just for being you, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that, bro.
You need to get a T-shirt with that smile too, bro. That's like,
smile
bro. That is Wado right there, yeah.
Everybody lends an ear. I wanna thank you in advance for letting us make it clear to y'all on the Wado Radio Show.
Thanks for tuning in to another Wado Radio full interview. This was made possible in part by our affiliate, Covenant Eyes. The internet can be a dangerous place for unguarded eyes and hearts. Covenant Eyes provides the services that protect against the evils and temptations that can be found on the World Wide Web. Established over a decade ago, Covenant Eyes is the pioneer in internet accountability software, empowering its members to maintain their online integrity. I personally use them on every device that I have: computer, iPhone, iPad, whole 9 yards. Don't go another day without guarding your eyes, your mind, and your heart. Visit wadoradio.com/resources for more information about Covenant Eyes. And if you sign up via our affiliate link at wadoradio.com/resources, we'll give you a month free. Covenant Eyes, trusted by thousands of families, including mine. This interview is brought to you by our sponsor, Devin Turner. This MC and pastor is not only putting out great music, but he's doing phenomenal work in his community and abroad. Check out his new album, Luminary, available on all digital outlets. For more info, visit his website at devinturner.org.
Thank you for downloading the Wado Radio Podcast. If you love what you're hearing, leave a review on iTunes. We'd love to hear your feedback, and it helps expose others to the show. Thank you, and God bless.